This is what's been going on. I have been in in-between space. I have been in the in-between, which is also disconnected space. The liminal space, sometimes people call it. The in-between is the space of no longer being who you've been and somehow not yet who you're becoming. And in that in-between, naturally, you become disconnected from everything. You become disconnected from who you were because you're no longer that person. And you become disconnected to the environment because you don't feel like you belong in it anymore. And so it's not just a disconnection from self, it is a disconnection from the world around you to some degree. And in the work I do, my problem I'm always solving is disconnection. And I do it at the micro level. The idea of helping people reconnect or connect to themselves, connect to community, connect to those near them, connect to friends. And the disconnection I am solving by creating connection through experiences, workshops, retreats, dinners, keynotes, facilitations, everything I do. The idea is that if I'm doing this at the micro level, in groups, in small groups, that it will eventually affect the macro level. And that I believe so much of the dis-ease, the tragedy, the sadness, the isolation, the loneliness that exists in our world as a whole, at the macro level, has to do with the disconnection at the micro level. And so it's like the saying goes, if you want to take care of your block, sweep your side of the street. This is the best place to start, and that's why I do the work I do in the way I do it. I do it by sweeping my side of the block, the people that I have direct connection to, then knowing that will domino effect and ripple at a macro level. And now I say all that to say that I personally have been, even at a smaller than micro level, I've been at the microscopic level. I've been working on myself. I personally have been in the in-between, and therefore I am in a disconnected space. I am not anymore the woman you may have known me for the past 5 to 7 years, but I am not quite yet who I'm becoming, who I see in my mind's eye. Fully embodied, very clear, feminine force I can visualize, and I'm becoming her. So in that, I've been working on continuing to connect to her. And in that, I've also been taking time to connect to how I can create connection for the micro level again through a way that feels super aligned. So I'm working on something that's very true to my millennial roots. Stay tuned. It's something I feel is lacking of a space to connect without any agenda or programming. So until I drop that information, trust your journey, trust your timing. And if you are in an in-between space, you're not alone. And you can let me know in the comments. And don't let the pressure of the great lock-in and trying to figure out before the end of this year and before 2026 stop you from being present to what you need to experience to figure it out. Because actually you're not figuring out ever, you're just always becoming. Always, always, always becoming, even in the in-between.